Hey, Monkey community. Hope everyone had a great Saturday and hopefully you got to relax and spend some time with friends and family. Back here with an update on the project. First, I want to just remind you that Monkey's a rare, pure animal play and it's unique and not a derivative, which is definitely not something you see these days. If you look at the new coins that have been launching, they're all derivatives or some other type of viral thing and you know trying to be funny. Monkey is just an animal play. And that really is rare these days. And I think that's one of the reasons why I'm so bullish on the project is you don't get projects like this very often. And so if you look at the project over the last 24 hours, sideways trading, still a great time to accumulate. You can see here on the monthly chart I have pulled up, you can see we had that nice spike up to almost 1.6 million. Now we're back down at around 500,000, a little bit over. So great time to accumulate. I've been DCAing every day and it's been going well and buying in a new wallet each day. And I think that's the way to go is you don't worry about the dips. If it dips and you're buying every day, you get more coins. If it pumps, you're good because you already have a bag. It's just a great way to go with a coin like Monkey. If you're a believer, it's nice to just buy a bit every day. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to look at the price. You're not trying to buy the dip. You're just literally buying every single day. And in my opinion, that's a great way to do it if it's something that you believe in. And I also want to remind you there's never been a cute monkey runner. And people tend to gravitate towards the animal coins because they can relate to them. And I think monkey is no exception there. And folks are going to start piling in once we get some momentum. And there could be anything that sets that off. We're going to look at how the overall market's going and how we're setting up for 2026. Remember, being early on an incredible coin like Monkey is how to print huge returns. So, like I've been saying for months now, just buy, hold, and chill, and we're going to make it. I think we are um, in something big now, very early. All right, let's look at the post here on X. So, Hunter Horsley here is the Bitwise CEO. He knows his stuff. These CEOs have a lot more information typically, they're experienced. He says we talk about 4-year cycles, but the reality is that the model is based on a bygone era of crypto. Since the launch of the Bitcoin ETFs and new administration, we've entered a new market structure, new players, new dynamics, new reasons people buy and sell. I think there's a pretty good chance that we've been in a bear market for almost 6 months now and are almost through it. The setup for crypto right now has never been stronger. So this is kind of what we've been talking about with more of the macro stuff, the economy, the stuff the Trump administration is doing. I don't see how anyone could be bearish. And so what he's saying here is we've almost made it through the bear market part. That crypto would have been even higher if it wasn't for the bear market. So that was probably applying some downward pressure. And so even when things look good and folks are like, okay, we're in the bull market, and they're looking at that 4-year cycle, he's saying it's completely different now because of the ETFs and the Trump administration. So I agree. I think, throw the other stuff out the window. Trump's going to pump crypto, period. And so I think this is a good post here by Hunter. Lil Toro also has a good post here. Success in crypto isn't overnight. It's earned through conviction and consistency. And so what he's talking about is long-term success. And that's what we're looking at with Monkey is the long-term success, not just winning a single trade. That's not why I'm in Monkey, at least. Monkey's here as a generational play for me. That's why I've been chilling so hard for the past 4 months or so, is because we have the potential to really push this one and run. And we've got the community solid, the narrative solid, and so we just need to have that conviction and consistently show up. They were talking about that in the monkey chat, that the monkey community is just very consistent. We need to keep that going. And I think it's going to be incredible. And so Little Toro had a good post here. It's not overnight. You could make a lot of money overnight, potentially, but that money is going to be fleeting if you're essentially gambling. So we're not gambling with Monkey. We know what we got. We're buying and holding. Yeah, there's some speculation, of course, but it's not just a guess, right? We have a reason why we're holding Monkey. All right, Zero here says, even if you're the biggest bear in the room, selling here is insane. This is where the violent bounce comes from. I'm loading up. Everything is parked on long-term support. Sentiment is nuked, and the entire market is oversold. This is the kind of spot you regret not buying. Totally agree. Jalen here says, I genuinely don't think meme coins are over at all. I just think there'll be a shift in what actually pumps from now on. For example, less tweet play stuff and more coins that have built up over time with genuine cults and strong memes. That's what this whole thing started off of anyways. So I think he's saying essentially coins like Monkey are going to be the play, not these overnight tweets and pumps. Uh, Long term, it's going to be plays like Monkey, the coins that have built up over time. Nobler here says breaking. Trump says 20 trillion will be injected into the market by the end of next month. New liquidity equals massive buying pressure. Giga bullish for Bitcoin and crypto. I agree. I'm extremely bullish right now, and I don't know. This here says next month, so I don't know if it's going to happen before 2026, but just the next 3 years are going to be huge for crypto. So we need to get in position, buy and hold what you think will run. I think Monkey's in prime position here when that money starts flowing. They're going to flow back into our memes, and I think we're gonna run. Nonzi here says the U.S. Senate just proposed a bill to kick the SEC out of crypto. Huge for crypto. So again, these are the structural things that we see the Trump administration doing. Binance founder CZ says real bull run hasn't even started yet. He 100% knows something. So it's back what we saw with the Hunter Horsley post. These guys, they've been around, they know. Bull run hasn't even started. It's going to be parabolic. So I agree here. Rumor President Trump declares 0% tax for crypto companies based in the US starting in 2026. I don't know if that's true, but we know that things like this and making things more friendly for crypto are totally on his agenda. And so I wouldn't be surprised to see things like this. I have no idea if this is actually true, but these things that just make it easier to operate crypto, to work with banks, we've already seen some of that with Cash App and the others, the major banks. So I think we're just going to see more and more of this. And remember, these things take time to ripple through the market, but that structural foundation is being laid, and I'm just incredibly bullish on crypto overall. Simon here posted some art. Meme coins are the last stand. You can see Monkey here prominently displayed. So that's great to see. Robo here had a post. Says staying positive is the least we can do in times like these. Honestly, feeling sad about the prices will not make them go back up. Best you can do is be grateful for the things you already have, and the right time will come. No point stressing like it changes anything. And I would add to that, be happy with your monkey bag if if you can and you believe in it, and you've done your research. DCAing is a great way to react in times like this. If you've got capital to deploy, now's a good time to do it. Over time, you could wait for another dip, but then that's stressful. You don't know when you're going to hit it. DCAing a bit each day is a good way to handle this type of market. Alex Wasey here says, I've watched this play out every cycle. People run on every dip, even when the risk reward is the best it's been in years. Leaving now is like giving up on the internet in the early 2000s right before everything took off. Stay a bit longer, you might be shocked how big this really gets. Totally agree. I don't think we've seen anything yet. And Alex Becker here says, it's not that I know the market will go up, it's that I know if it does, alts will almost immediately 5 to 10x what they are easily on the low end. There's plenty of reasons 2026 could be the biggest year in crypto ever. You'll never see this risk reward anywhere else. Take it or leave it. So what these guys are saying here is, yeah, there's risk, but the reward is huge. And I think it's like that with Monkey. Of course, there's risk. It's hard to hold when it's flat and when it's down, when the volume's down. But look at the potential reward. It's absolutely humongous. All right, don't forget to follow Monkey Soul underscore the main Monkey account and amplify the tweets there. And I just want to remind you here in closing, with Monkey, you're extremely early into one of the best memes out there. I truly believe that. The potential's off the charts, and it's not a wild guess. The thesis is solid. The coin has 5 months of history and a huge pullback already. Monkey's going to be big. Thank you, everyone. See you tomorrow.